Welcome in, welcome in. I am doing another stream for War League here. We are going to watch a few of my teammates' games this evening. It is the plan anyways. Still not at my normal home setup, so a little bit janky setup going on here. I hope that you can hear me and see me though. If that works, then everything else is secondary. Welcome in. This is week 4 of War League Season 2. This week is sponsored by .org versus somebody. Crap. Who are we playing? What's their team name? I really don't know team names in this league. We are playing someone. Oh hell, I'll find their team name. I promise. I will figure it out. Anyhow, the first game is HushThatFuss versus Heroscape. I know who the players are. I don't know what the team names are. Let's see. Nope, that's the wrong sheet still. Come on. I'm so bad at technology. Matchups. Army matchups. We are down there. Red Ram? Red Ram. Red Ram. There we go. All right. This is sponsored by .org versus Red Ram. These are the first 2 games of this week's matchups. So the first game here is HushThatFuss versus Heroscape. And I believe Roguescaper and Board Hero are going to be playing later. I'm not sure. I don't think I can stream both games at once, unfortunately. We shall see. We're going to just start with this stream and then go from there. So I'll either switch the game over later or try to add and watch both. I'm not sure how that's going to work with the way that I'm streaming just one window. And I can't stream more than one window at once with my current setup, unfortunately. Can't afford to accidentally stream the wrong window. So let's see. We are starting the game off. Okay, these are almost identical to the start zones that we practiced. I did a practice with Hush right before this. We played about 3 rounds in of the Tailored Army. With the way Tailored is set up, I strongly suspect he's going to move up to the max 4 height in the middle. Right next to the big 6x Glacier. The one of those that he can reach. That's what I did in the practice game. I think that if he's sitting in that spot, that's probably where he's going to go. Hey, Mega, welcome in. Welcome in. Wait, nope, never mind. He moved back. Okay, that changes that plan. So Tailored moves back a spot instead. Huh. That's annoying. Man, I don't like this rule for War League. I don't think simultaneous placement when you can see your opponent's start zone works, fundamentally. It is what it is, right? It's I don't know. It's weird. I digress. Mega Silver got to root for Hush. As well you should. Got to root for your locals. Also, Hush is on my team, so let's go Hush. Welcome in, Wolfie. Welcome in. Our order markers plan is going to be 1 on Varja, 2 on Zetacron, 3 on Phantom Knights. The thought process behind that is Varja's not going to walk through anything in round 1 no matter what, so it doesn't matter when he advances. And then Zetacron on a 2 probably is late enough to give him a chance to hit Tailored. We lose initiative, that's great. Sir H wins it with a 2, that's hysterical. And then the 3 on Phantom Knights is in case we have the chance at a really good initiative switch, like we might now have. In terms of the goals for our army, we are sort of play it by ear as to whether our army wants to always use Ranjit in round 1, and then sometimes use Ranjit in round 2, and sometimes not. And that's sort of the order marker. Okay, so Tailored just max hides. Alright, Tailored is afraid of Zetacron, and he says, you're not shooting me. Okay, that's fair. That means that we're not going to get the shot on Tailored with Zetacron. We probably will be able to shoot a Stinger with Zetacron instead, and we'll have to settle for that. It's okay. Tailored trades off this way. It means that he doesn't have nearly as good coverage of the Stingers in terms of shooting at us. He does cover Stingers on the max 4 heights, which makes sense. That's probably why Heroscape is put in there. And one of the spots next to Wannick, but not a ton of those other ones. Mega Silver, I think Mike's rules are trying to emulate real life too much. Some things just don't translate as well. I mean, I don't love that rule in real life either, unless you have a way to block it. If you have a physical screen to block it down the middle, fantastic, right? Love that. That's perfect. That is the ideal outcome, but... even in real life, there's still just alternations. Wolf Hunter, there was a discussion on that in the chats earlier. Would love to have start zone blacked out for your opponent. Yeah, that'd be awesome. If we could do, Like, that type of a thing, if you can do it via software, is, like, beautiful, right? Like, you have this, like, you say done with your start zone, and once you both say done with your start zone, there you go, you see the other person's, right? Like, that would be awesome. I'd be, like, fully on board with that. And then, there's just no negative incentives, right? Like, the problem, I don't love any system that, like, either relies on people ignoring information that they clearly have, or... Yeah, no, exactly, Wolf. It's not like you're just trusting someone. It's just like, this system is flawed in a way, and I wish it was better, right? Like, those two things can exist in harmony, right? And even if you do trust somebody, like, it's hard not to look and accidentally think about some information. That happens to me with order markers a lot. Like, if I'm playing, like, a high-level game that matters in a spot where their order markers matter, I, like, find myself doing this, and then, like, planning my order markers in my hand, and being like, okay, these are going on card A, these are going on card B, and then verbalizing, I'm set whenever you are. They say they're set, and I put my stuff out real fast, right? It's just like, it's nice whenever you don't have to worry about something like that. All right, going back to the game. Varja moved up to a reasonable spot. Wolf Hunter, I wonder if there would be a way using the color tags. Maybe, I have no idea. I have done nothing with Vassal programming whatsoever. That would be a question for Ryguy. I think we're going to be able to get a shot off with Zetacron here. The question is, what do we hit? We'll hit a stinger. The plan was to hit a stinger if that was our only target. One option was to move Zetacron up the middle. I don't think we have a shot if we do that here. So I think Zeta's going to have to go around the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Zeta can clearly go around the outside and shoot a stinger, and that's probably the best use that we're going to get out of him. That's fine. I mean, that's a trade-off, right? So Heroscape's decision is between having Tailored in a better spot versus having Tailored protected and letting those attacks go into stingers instead. So, it is what it is. The issue that I have with the Tailored placement for Sir Heroscape is it's basically never going to cover, because it's so conservative, unless Hush does something wrong with Varja, it's never going to cover stingers attacking Varja. Because there's no reason for Varj to ever put himself next to Height in like a spot inside Taylor's aura. So Varja is going to be like hidden away probably to where the best, like, you know, an ideal Varja placement, stingers aren't going to be able to get better than a 3v3 into Varja with the way that Taylor is placed. So that's a little bit like, that's the downside to being so conservative with it. I think Hush is checking to see if he has line of sight on that stinger up in the middle. If he does, that's the shot to take, and I agree with this decision. If not, if he doesn't have line of sight there, then I think that the best option is to... I don't even see 3 stingers moved. Did 3 stingers move? I think he only moved 2 stingers. That's weird. I wonder if that was like intentional to try to avoid a Zetacron shot. But Zetacron can shoot a stinger anyways. Like, there's no way Zetacron doesn't have line of sight. Zetacron has one more move than that anyways. So, like, Zeta's going to be able to shoot that stinger. Yeah, this is weird. Oh no, Zetacron's 2 that stinger. Okay, sure, fine. Whatever. I mean, that stinger has an extra defense, so I don't love it. But it doesn't matter when we just roll 4 skulls, right? That stinger is just dead. Probably. I mean, it might roll 4 for 4. That'd be gross. I would be a little sad if it rolls 4 for 4 right here. Oh no, it's going to happen, isn't it? I feel it coming. Oh god. Well, it did roll 4 for 4. I was like half right? Like, that is a 4 for 4. So, there's that. No, we take that shit. Alrighty, cool. We got 1 stinger down. 1 stinger down. In terms of the matchup as a whole, I didn't talk about that a ton in the opening. This is not as good of a matchup for Phantom Knights as it seems to be, in theory, right? Like, you see Phantom Knights and you see Ranged Common Squad, and you're like, ooh, great for Phantom Knights, and it usually is. But with Tailored, when the engagements happen, for the most part, they're going to be 4-3 base stats, and we're going to be 3-4 base stats. 4-3 base stats do beat 3-4 base stats. But beyond that, like slightly, but beyond that, Stingers get to take ranged shots and the Phantom Knights don't, which means that occasionally a 4v7 or a 4v8 does go through, right? Like, those attacks do kills sometimes. So because of those two combos, like, the Stingers actually have the edge head-to-head against the Phantom Knights in this matchup. The Phantom Knights' advantage is that they're more mobile. That's pretty much it. Right? Valda gives potential 8-move flying range. In our practice game, I had set up a Stinger to be able to get to Valda on Order Marker 3. Sir H didn't do that, probably because he won initiative. I had done that. I had lost initiative playing Sir H's army in the practice game. So in that situation, I think it made more sense to play for Valda. Looks like Stingers are coming up here now and probably just going to shoot Zetacron. This seems reasonable. Some stuff to catch up on from Wolf Hunter. Let's see. I just watched one of my OHS games where Master of the Hunt rolled 4 for 4 against one of your 4 skull attacks. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that hurt my soul a little bit. I think I won that game though anyways, didn't I? I think I won. I think I held on in that game. I think that was a Sonlin, AoE Sonlin attack into Master of the Hunt. If I remember right. I'm trying to remember what my army was. But yeah, something with like Varks and Sonlin. Bring 2, Master of the Hunt, something or other like that. I wanted to put Sonlin in an army. So we see some very, very cautious and conservative development from here from Sir Heroscape, which makes sense. We're just going to see some shots on Zetacron. Why is that 5 dice? What am I misunderstanding here? Was that guy on height? 2. Okay, they re-rolled it. He still got the kill, though. All right, RIP Zetacron. Oh, well. It is what it is. Oh, crap. I made the game go away. Sorry. It's back. My bad. I forget that does that in OBS. Wolf Hunter. I had Chaser's Bernie versus... Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, right. I forgot. I too many armies. That was fun, though. I think I did. I think I killed Master of the Hunt after that. I do remember the block, though. I'd remember the block more painfully, I think, if I didn't win it afterwards. So, RIP Zetacron. Yeah, I mean, you know, wish he hadn't died, right? But there's not much we can do about it. Because this is a round 3 game. This is what I talked with Wolf Hunter about. I don't hate the fact that Zetacron died there. We weren't going to get more value out of him. Like, putting an Order Marker 1 on him next round would have been a clear-cut mistake. Because it was so easy for him to die anyways, and there wasn't a ton of upside. He might get height and go 4 for 4 on Tailored, right? So there's some upside. But I don't think it would have been worth it. I actually want to see... I talked with Hush a little bit before the game about ways that you can put order markers on Varja with basically the 1, 2, or the X. This is a spot where I would like to see the order marker 2 on Varja. I don't think that's a super common occurrence in this army. Like, usually you want to go 1 Varja, 2, 3 on Phantom Knights. But I would love to see Phantom Knight 1, 3X here with the 2 on Varja. Thinking that Stingers are going to come in. Maybe Stingers don't come in. Like, hell, I don't know. Maybe they don't. But that's fine then, right? Like, Varja just moves up to max height and then just starts popping a Stinger. And then is in a position to be able to run through the Stingers next round. Which is fine, too. So, we'll see. It kind of feels like Sir H wants to play Wait Then Fire-ish with the Stingers as is, where they just sit there in that pod shooting up. Which, I mean, you know, fine. If we knew he was going to do that, I almost want to have the whole round on Varja. Let's see. That's the correct order marker distribution, right? No matter what happens, it should be 3 order markers on Phantom Knights with 1 on Varja. We lose this initiative. I love that. That's fantastic for us. If Stingers have a bad turn... Stingers aren't in a position to do much yet, so this gives us a chance to slow roll and come in at the end of the round, which is what we want to do in an ideal world, just because the Stinger attacks aren't very good for now. G Busy. Doing starts on placements secretly is also more realistic and thematic. I'm imagining 2 armies approaching the battlefield without knowledge. True. Hard to disagree with that. I also just, I love the reveal moment of, oh, wait, you did what with your start zone? That is not what I was expecting. Which I've gotten occasionally with, with an actual double-blind start zone spot, where you're just oh, I thought you were going to go right. You're going left. Whoops, did not see that coming. Those type of moments are fun too, you know. Okay, so I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong about Sir H playing this as a campy build. Those Stingers are moving up onto max height, and they just going to start shooting. They're going to get some 4v7s here against that Phantom Knight, so hopefully it lives, but you never know. The order, I don't think having the order marker 1 on Varja was correct, because it would have been kind of bad if we'd won initiative, so I'm hoping that the 2 is on Varja, but we'll see. That's a block, though. We love to see that. Love to see the blocky. Come on, we can block a 1. Hoo! Barely. Let's go. Perfect defense from Hush. Timing is everything in those types of rolls. That's where you want to see that one. Can we get an F that in chat? Can we get an F that? No. Too much. There must have been a development in there. Yeah. Clean block. Beautiful. It's exactly what we want. Why waste shields when you could save them for later? Alrighty. Yep, so 1's on PKs. That's good. I like that. I really hope 2 is on Varja. 2 on Varja would be so sick here. Jit shields, just-in-time compiler. I love that. All right, we got a just-in-time compiler working for shields. I can work with that. Okay, so when I said I hate technology, I know some things. What are we doing here? What do we do here? Do we even take attacks in this spot? It really depends on where our 2 is. If our 2's on Phantom Knights, we want to be setting up to be attacking, probably on Order Marker 2. Probably by taking Valda now. If we take Valda now, can he get any heighted shots on us from Valda? Yeah, he can, and he would move over to there. So maybe not take Valda now. We're coming in. This makes me feel like we went all Phantom Knights this round. Because I don't like that move if the 2's on Varja. It's not like I programmed the most useful Heroscape web app. That just sponsored our team. Yeah, big sponsorship money. Big sponsorship money in this season. Sponsored by .org, shelling out the big fees to Inner War League. 100% of the fees to Inner War League, in fact. Okay, we backed off the spot. That's interesting. But we also blocked the spot where Varja would go to. So now I really don't think the 2's on Varja, right? Because you wouldn't block off both of those spots if your 2 was on Varja, because you want Varja to go to one of those spots. So I think this is just a full Phantom Knights round for Hush. I mean, I don't hate that either, right? I don't hate that. I think in this spot, you're mostly randomizing, at equilibrium, you're probably alternating between the 2 and the X on Varja at who knows what frequency. Like, fuck if I know. 60% no, 60% X, 40% 2. Like, hell if I know, man. It's hard. But the problem is once you explicitly block off all the spots, you do kind of telegraph that it's probably the X on Varja. So I don't love that part of it. I do love just developing Phantom Knights here and just a height and just being like, all right, bro. Because, like, we never want to, like, engaging these stingers from low ground sucks. That's the thing we don't want to do. Then they're like 5-4 stats and we're 3-4s and we just get rolled in that spot. So that's pretty awful. The only time you might want to consider engaging them on low ground is going into a potential initiative switch where you might be able to take them out. Like, if you can get the kill, or if you get the kill on the 3 and then on the 1 you replace them. That's the, like, really the only time you want to be that you start to have the upside where maybe you take that risk. Wolf Hunter, I heard we might get shirts. I heard that too. I heard that rumor as well. And we might. We just might. You never know. Might is a word that's so full of possibility. I'm, like, real curious. Now I feel like the 2... I don't know. I'm really curious. If the 2's on Varja, I'm going to be kind of floored. It'd be pretty sick. 1, 2. Can we hold? That's a good roll for us there. Oh, no, we used too many shields. That's a shame. Yeah, real shame. Real shame that we blocked that attack. Uh-oh. Yes! Let's go with the 3 shields when we needed them. That's what we're talking about. Does he have a 3rd attack? Boom! That's defense. That is defense right there. Defense. Some Seattle Seahawks play. Where is this Order Marker 2? I want to know. Varja! It's on Varja! Even though we blocked it off. Wow. I didn't see it coming either. I thought it wasn't there. All right. That's sick. Like, that's sick, right? It's cool. I like seeing the frequency there. Wolf Hunter, Jit. Yeah. We're gonna have to make that our like acronym if we keep doing it. So where does Varja go? 1, 2, 3, 4. Varja doesn't get to roll for any Living Storm nonsense. I think Varja moves up to the shadow spot behind our Phantom Knight, 3 spots above the forward stinger, and takes the 5v4 into that stinger. That is my current thought. I don't love... It's either that or it's one of the 3 hex snow spots to the left of that. Like the one directly left of a Phantom Knight or the one left up of the other Phantom Knight. If I'm describing those in a reasonable way that y'all can follow, hopefully. Okay, yeah, that was the spot I was thinking of. So I like that. It's a very well-protected spot. Varja's not threatened there. Wait, what? Why are we not taking the attack? We have an attack on a stinger. No, what? Why are we not attacking? Wolf Hunter. No, that's exactly right. Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, sorry. I did a terrible job of verbalizing that. But, like, exactly. Like, you block off the spots to where it's like, oh, I don't have the order marker there, and then you do. And it's just like, oh, shit. But why didn't we attack? We just bypassed an attack. Like, I'm not crazy, right? Varja has 3 range. Three range. 1, 2, 3. Why did we not attack? Why did we not attack? Oh, clearly missed it, Wolf. Clearly. There's no reason not to, but why did we not attack there? Attacks are technically optional. I mean, it's not like we can say anything about it, but like, damn, man. That's one of those things, though, where, like, if you're playing against it, like, you know, remind him. Because it's like ScapeCon, so ScapeCon rules in that spot, like, if you notice it, you should remind them. I don't think I'm supposed to remind them watching as an observer. It's, like, still kind of murky to me. Oh, and we missed that. Damn it. Oh, crap, and we lose 2. This is terrible. We're in a really bad spot. Yeah, that's bad. We're in a very bad spot now. Oh, the Varja not taking that attack and then losing 2 Phantom Knights there is brutal. I think I take Valda here. I take Valda here always, and the play here is you take Valda, and then your 1 is on Varja, and you have a 7-move Varja, and you just walk through everything and pray to God you get it. That's the play here. That is the play in this situation. The back Phantom Knight from the start zone who can reach Valda in 1 move takes it. You probably take a few attacks. Maybe you may just do full development. I actually don't even hate taking Wannick. Yeah, I kind of do. It's not worth 1 wound on... yeah, it's not worth 1. Oh no, our supply line fell apart. It kind of did. It's a little bit unfortunate. I think we take Valda here and then just move up. Yeah, I think the play is Valda here, develop 2 dudes, and then 1 on Varja, and then just rush through everything. But we can only rush through a couple things. Being on level 2 there actually makes that hard, even with 7 move. We can only move through 2 stingers. And then we have to end in a vulnerable spot if we do it. It's not as good as I thought it was. What happened to our shield factories? Sorry, checking on some Discord shit that got... Oh, yeah, I didn't post it. Sorry. Thanks, Tommy. I didn't post it anywhere. I'm stupid. I probably have an email telling me that it's live. Yeah, whoops. Sorry about that. Thank you, Mega Silver. I forgot to post the link. Again, this is the I don't technology portion of it. Let me post the link to the War League chat as well, because I didn't put that there. I don't know how to stream. Hey Jingle, welcome in. So coming back to the game. It looks like we are taking 1 attack here, 2 developments and then 1 attack. I don't like bypassing Valda though in this spot. I really wanted Valda. Valda's just development plus better 2 other moves, so like take it. I don't hate this play. So this is the, like, I'm trying to get the 3v4, and if I get it and the switch, it's really good. It's a good roll. 2 out of 3 is a good start to it. Woo! We got him. All right, that's a big attack. That is a big attack. Gee, busy. Yeah, so the ScapeCon rules say that. The ScapeCon rules you are supposed to remind your opponent of an attack if they don't take it. Yeah, no, it's one. It very much is. It's one of the optional things that you're expected to remind your opponent of if you notice it. No, I mean it's not on like if you also don't notice it, that's like 1,000% fine, right? It's not your job to actively catch the things that they pass on. It's just like if you notice it, you should say something, to the opponent about it. Oh, we don't get the switch. That's brutal. That's painful. So this switch would have been massive. We just get that heighted spot and have a chance to like push him off. I'm really curious where Hush's order marker on Varja is. That's the big question here. Mega Silver, I only found this via YouTube preview. Nice. Well, I appreciate you sharing it. I did forget to post it. Yeah, that Stinger being able to refill that spot is brutal. I like the... Hush played for a high upside spot. I got no issues with that. Playing for high upside across potential initiative switches is one of the ways to get win rate in Heroscape. So, props for going for it. I know it didn't pay off this time. We're going to take a 5v5 into that Phantom Knight instead and probably eat it, but it is what it is. I actually think that the order marker might... Well, 1, 2, 3. Varja could have gotten up there. There's a chance that the 1 is up there because Varja could have gotten to that spot, but he couldn't have walked through anything in the way. Is the weird thing. So that's what I don't love the fact that Varja would have been moving and not rolling for Living Storm. But Varja still can't roll for Living Storm in this spot because we don't have Valda. So it doesn't make a huge difference. Like, realistically, we're in a very bad spot in this game now, and we probably lose. Sir H is probably something like a 75% favorite here. Maybe. Maybe it's not that high, but it feels that high to me. It feels that high to me. Losing that initiative switch, going for the high risk proposition and then losing the initiative switch is very, very bad to our win rate in this spot. I mean, we could block all the attacks, right? Like, it's possible. Okay, fair enough. Wolfunner, I've been a bit unplugged. How's our team record been so far this week? Oh, this is game 1. This is game 1. We are 0-0. This is game 1. Game 2 is coming up shortly afterwards. Rogue versus Board Hero. My game is on Wednesday, afternoon stream, US time. Actually, like late morning. 11, I think it's like 12:30 Eastern? 12:30 Eastern, something like that. I don't remember. I'm playing Swarm, so it's like the overlap between European evening and US afternoon type of deal. And I don't think the other 2 games are set up yet. Oh, 3. The 2 is not brutal. Brutal. 2 shields and still dying is a sad life there. All right, barely. We take that. Thought I said this game 3. I may well have misspoken as well. Never rule out me misspeaking a spot, and we lose all of them. Oh no, we blocked it! That was 3 shields! Oh, and we blocked the final one. It's on Varja, but like Varja can't do anything now. Oh no, Varja can't do it. So Varja was going to go to the spot. So Hush's plan was to open up that spot and then put Varja there. And just have Varja try to be a tank for a while. I don't hate it because it would have set up Varja to have an incredible round 4 order marker 1. Which is probably the thinking with it. But now it backfires pretty damn hard. We can't burn anything. Our shield factory adjusting to higher demand. I like that. I do like that. And then the other games this week are IHA versus Kevin Dola and OG Blaha versus Spartan. I do not know of a scheduled time yet for either of them. They may well exist, but if they do, I am unaware of the time. So that's the schedule for the lineup this week as it currently stands. Well, at least we're attacking this turn. I still don't know why we didn't attack the first time. Better get the kill. It's a good roll. Oh, the suspense. The suspense. All right, we got him. We got him, boys. We got him. Squad for a squad. Like, our win rate, our win condition in this game is that Varja goes nuts. We do not win this trade. With the way the board is set up and the way that the game had gone to this point, we don't win the game by trying to trade Phantom Knights for Stingers. We only win the game by Varja doing something funsies. So let's see. I think Varja is now on level 3. Yeah, Varja's now on level 3. So I think that the plan for our army here should be to take Valda with Phantom Knights on order marker 3 and try to set up a Varja initiative switch to burn the round. I think that is our highest win rate that is attainable left in this game. Mega Silver, you remembered range this time? Yeah. Thankfully. Range of 3. It's a weird number. Like, I think it's probably the only range of 3 in Heroscape. I can confirm that. There's this fancy website that allows you to check things like that by filtering by range, which is exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to filter by range and then go check them. Are there any other 3s? Yep, just Varja. Actually, there's only one figure with a range 2 also, Boreos, but there's a few figures that have the ability to get to range 2 with reach. So that's a little bit misleading, but I think Varja is the actual only 3. I don't think there's anybody else that like can become a 3. At least not off the top of my head. If I'm missing something, let me know in chat. I probably am because I don't know how to read. So Stingers are now doing things that we better block that with 8, right? Come on, 8. All right, good. Good. Shield Factory in production. Granite Guard. Oh, Jingle, you're right. Oh, no. Oh, I can't remember anything. Thank you. Thank you, Jingle. 4 skulls? That's excessive. My goodness. Yep, you're correct. Granite Guardians, range of 3. Thank you, Jingle. Thank you, thank you. You'd think I'd know that given that we just played that in our team event. Oh no, 3 skulls. God, brutal. This is brutal. This is actually brutal. We're in a bad way. We're in a bad way. What do we do here to try to get back into this? Varja's fine. Varja's not. Tanner. Varja was likely made 3 on purpose to avoid Laglor synergy. Yes, that is a compelling argument. That seems like a reasonable thing that could have happened. Yes, Mega, Granite Guardians. I should remember that after I played with Granite Guardians. My teammate had Granite Guardians at the team tournament at Hexcon. Sascon. Sascon, not Hexcon. Wolves of Bodger with a ranged 3 special attack. True. Okay, true. Look at all this shit I don't remember. If I could, you know, read and remember things, imagine what could be done. All right. Varja. Wait, 2's on the Varja as well? We had multiple Varja order markers? Am I blind? Lord, did I not read? Oh, it's scrolled back up. We did. We went Varja, 1-2. Wild. Okay, oh, and I'm sorry. I keep doing that. I forget how this works on one screen. Okay, that's kind of wild. So now we have to, please God, go for the Valda switch. Please go for the Valda switch on order marker 3. There's really nothing Stingers can do here. Varja could still win this game on his own, right? Like Varja's a sick piece into this army. I would still set up for the Phantom Knight switch going in the next round, trying to get a bunch of kills though. Like I would play this with on my 3, which we know is Phantom Knights. A Phantom Knight takes the move glyph, and 2 other Phantom Knights come in and try to do, you know, things. And then, or maybe just develop, even if it's not with an attack. Chris would be more of a menace if we could read. Yeah, look, reading is hard. Understanding technology is hard. Remembering things is hard. These are all hard things, okay? These are all very hard things. They require me to have a scope that goes beyond what my eyeballs can see in front of my face. That's hard. Actually, sometimes even in front of my face. That's the reading part. Okay, so Sir H is going to take a bunch of attacks up at that far Phantom Knight 3v8s. It's reasonable, right? You get some development in there. You get some low percentage attacks, but, you know, it's the best attacks you can get, so why not? I think I wouldn't engage. Oh, come on. That's just silly. I know he was like fairly decent to get the kill across 3 attacks, but like, come on. All right, so this should be the Valda attempt at an initiative switch to get the... How many things can Varja walk through? 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 1, 2, 3, 4... I think Varja can only walk through 2 things no matter what. So it's just 2 rolls at it, unfortunately. But I still think you have to take it. I think it's necessary. Chris, I have to play heavies into swarms 10th plus Raylan. Sounds fun. You and I have a very different definition of fun, G-Busy. Yeah, I don't think that sounds like fun. I'm not looking forward to getting obliterated on stream on Wednesday, but that's what's going to happen. Wolf Hunter, CVN couldn't allow that degree of sheer power to be allowed, so he cursed me with illiteracy. Look, it's we live with our deficiencies, right? Man, it's brutal. I don't think we have a choice but to go for this though. I think we're just losing. I mean, okay, like there's an argument to not do it and then just roll pure Varja. That is a real thing too, right? So the argument to not do the PK to Valda Varja switch, Varja, like PK stake Valda now, order marker 1 on Varja, order marker 2/3 on PKs, is if you're just going to go full Varja from here on out, where Varja basically just sits on that spot and says, you have to come next to me and then give me the chance to walk through you. And like, I don't hate that. It's not terrible. Honestly. Okay, we are going for the Valda switch though. I think I like this for now, because the backup plan is always Varja does that next round if this fails. So I think that's right. I think you go for this now, and then if this goes badly, you back out into, like, Varja solo on height. Too busy. 6 squads of 10th at that. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that appointment with my Doom on Wednesday as it happens. So we are going to be losing that one. I have plans for how to try and win the game. But it's not a good spot, right? Not a good spot at all. Phantom Knights move up to height there. Nope, we didn't go for the Valdeglyph. We backed off of it. Interesting that we're going for that one attack. I don't understand this play. This is not either of the two options that I was outlining. If you're going to go full Varja next round, you don't bring in Phantom Knights to a vulnerable position here. Well, but the kill goes through. What do I know? We get the kill. I don't love this. This feels somewhere in between the two options. Like, I either like just going all out for the Varja Phantom Knight, which involves being on the Valdeglyph right now, even then we're not. Or I like the pure Varja, keep the Phantom Knights back for an endgame against like Taylord or what's his face? Mega Silver, make him sweat. Me or him? I don't know who M is in this situation. Oh, no initiative switch again. God damn. That's twice we have the chance for that. All right, I'm going to actually look at the order markers this time because I didn't before and I got burned by it. All Varja. It's an all Varja round. So I really don't... Damn it, I'm sorry. I keep taking your game away. I don't hate that, but I really strongly dislike bringing up the Phantom Knights and then going with the full Varja round. Because now the Stingers just get to kill those Phantom Knights in the short term. Like, if you're going to go all Varja here, you just keep your Phantom Knights better protected in the back where they're not getting risked. Like, get them all, like, several spaces back behind Varja so that the Stingers don't get to take shots at those Phantom Knights without exposing themselves to Varja walking through them. But I don't hate the full Varja round, to be clear. Like, I really don't, like, it's a reasonable thing to do in that situation. I just don't like exposing three Phantom Knights leading into the full Varja round. I'm curious how risky we do with the Varja. The problem is if we do walk up, in order to get to somebody, it's 3 moves to get into the first one. So if we fail that first roll, we can't bail back out to max height. This is a spot where like 6 move would allow us to walk into a Stinger and then back up and sort of do like the upside with protection play. But in this, because we only have 5 move, we either have to commit to like walking through 2 dudes and praying that we get it, or actually we could potentially just go left towards Wannick. Maybe we do that. Maybe we walk through the guy who's over by himself on 4 height and then go 2 spaces to the left of him, which is 1 space right of Wannick. It gives us even ground, at least, with Stingers. If any Stingers do come in after us. Maybe that's the play. And then if you get it, you can just stay up on height and start taking better shots. But like, this is where like I don't like these Phantom Knights being here because now they're just taking attacks that they could have been safe from. Yeah, they might live, but they also might die. It just seems like an unnecessary risk. I think that there's I actually think Hush's order markers here are 1-2x on Varja with the 3 on Phantom Knights. And I think these Phantom Knights were up hoping to still be alive when it comes to that point. And like, you know, We lose it. So great. Yeah, the one's obviously on Varja. So where does he go? Where does he go? I've given a few thoughts on it for what you could do there. That was the shield factory not being operational, Wolf Hunter. Wait, what? You don't have infinite move to do that. I have no idea what that was. I have a feeling that was a misclick, because Varja definitely cannot move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces. Varja with 8 move would be a lot of fun for the Varja player. It's a really interesting decision here. Going for the burn versus just chilling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we walked through 2 of them. We got to hit one of the rolls then. We got to hit one of these 2 d20s. We got 2 shots at a 17. $17! Burned it! Let's go, Varja! Let's go! That's it. We are back in this game potentially. Okay. Well met, Varja. Can we get an F that in chat, somebody? Please. No. No takers. Okay. I mean, we were dead in this game. If we didn't get one of those rolls, we were just dead. Varja was going to die on this next turn. That was a, massive risk play by Hush. If he doesn't burn it, Varja is going to take an attack of 5v3 and 2, 4, and a 5v3, a 4v3, and a 3v3, and he's just going to get shreked. Wolf Hunter, F that. Thank you, Wolfie. That's what I'm looking for. That's what... Oh, why though? No, Sir Heroscape is known for dropping an F that in chat sometimes when dumb rolls go against him. So just a very subtle poke. And we get the kill on Varja too. So this is now looking really good because Varja can end the round on max height on that 4 spot, and then Varja is much, much better protected going in the next round. We can ensure now that Varja is in a good spot going in the next round. So probably, again, I think the 3's on Phantom Knights. So I think that Varja hops back up onto height here and attacks that Stinger 5v3, trying to clear it out, and then Phantom Knights come in and hit other Stingers, trying to get the switch that way. That would be my guess as to how this plays out. Because I don't see why you would have moved up those 2 PKs otherwise. Let's see. Darkleaf, Sir H raging right now, I assume. Probably a little bit. I mean, to be fair, getting Varjed sucks, right? It's not a fun thing to have happen to you. It's a lower frequency thing that just wrecks your round, so, I don't love it from that capacity. That's interesting. Why does Varja end up there? Why are we next to height and not on height? What? In the world, why not just be on height? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Why are we not on height? I mean, I love rolling 4 for 5 skulls, but why are we not on height? Scaper story. Do I have to eat a sock for what I said about the Chasers TSA game in that Bernie would win? Which game? Which game was that? Oh wait, our other game? Oh, in the other one. I don't even know what's going on. I don't have it open. I don't know if I can. Sir H reactions after crazy rolls are the best. But yeah, they're fun. They're a lot of fun. No, the 3's on PKs. Yeah, the 3's on PKs. I'm glad that the 3's on PKs. I think that's right. And then we come in and hope to burn it. It's interesting. We now have the same number of kills, but he started with more PKs than we started with Stingers. Varja doesn't have enough move to be on height. You make a compelling argument, Tanner. For that one, okay, that's fair. I was thinking Varja should have been where that PK just went to. Tanner's right that Varja doesn't have enough height to get to where the PK to the left of him is. Enough move, rather. I thought Varja should have just been next to the other Stinger in the middle on the double hex level 4 snow, but no, Tanner's right. Yeah, I think I can amalgamate it because my first thought was put him there, and then my second thought was, oh, we should have gone to the far height, but then I didn't recount it, and Tanner's right. The second one is impractical. I still would have gone to the first option, I think, but yeah, no, veggie spit and truths. Appreciate it. Chris can't count. I can't count. It's really true. All these things are bad. 3 on Varj. No, board hero versus rogue. Scaper story. Yeah. Well, I don't have it open. I don't have the. Actually, I wonder if it's streaming on Ryguy's channel. I don't know how to open two of these. I can't open two games and stream. I can't stream two windows at once here. So I don't have, with the setup that I've got right now. 2023 too, you know. Also, Veggie's the 2024 world champ, not me. Gen Con is not the world championship. I don't give a shit what Renegade says. I will happily be called the 2023 world champ, but Tanner is the 2024 world champ. Let's see what we got in here. And the 2025. Let's not drop that one. We got a real celebrity in our chat with us tonight. Let's see. I'm trying to see if Ryan's streaming or not right now. I don't think he is live. Yeah, nothing live. 3 hours ago. Okay, so we don't have the other game up on stream. I will switch over to the other game once this one's good. Once this one's done, I'll switch over to the other game. We got the initiative! We got the initiative! Oh, how many order markers do we have on Varja then? 2 on Varja, 2 on Phantom Knights. Okay. One's on Varja, and he moves to the obvious spot. Can we get another one? No, okay. Alright, too greedy. Too greedy. Mega Silver, Renegade didn't call the 2024 Gen Con their world champ. Oh, harsh. Oh, right to the chest. Good for them. Good for them. It wasn't. It wasn't. I'm just keeping the theme of not counting alive. I like that. That's good. Good. No one should count. Varja spit and skulls, though, this game. My goodness. I wish that had been on Tailored. Whoo, that could have been fun on Tailored. It's fine. That was the only play. That was certainly the correct Varja play. We're reading. So our PKs are in a vulnerable spot here. I don't love it. We were counting on like a single Varja roll going well for us with how overextended those other Phantom Knights got to. Obviously, if we'd burned the order marker there, right, it's just incredible. But, you know, 80% of the time. It's actually more than that. It's like, it only works out well for us 10% of the time because you got to take the conditional of both happening. Us winning initiative of 50%er and then the 80% coming through. So you're going to go 0.5 times, or like the converse of that's going to be what? 0.5 times 0.1? No, 0.5 times 0.2. Whatever, it's 10%, right? Winning a 50%er and then winning an 80%er is a 10%er. No. Winning a 20%er. Winning a 50%er and winning a 20%er is a 10%er. That's what I'm trying to say, and I can't say it. Apparently. Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, 1 a.m. Oh, Lord. Maybe I won't be streaming the other game. Roguescaper is telling me that time zones are messed up and 1 a.m. Wait, his time. Hang on. My team has some time zone issues, apparently. To be fair to them, time zones are hard. I get that one. What's going on in the game here? How many Stingers? How many Phantom Knights did we lose? Wait, we blocked the first one? All right, we blocked... Oh, that's bad. 3 shields! Let's go, Hush! That's defense! That's that defense factory. That's the defense factory. Alrighty, what else we got going on here? Can we block the last one? That'd be sick if we can block the last one, too. We don't have to block the last one! Who needs a shield factory when the skull factory is broken? Alright, what's the 2 on? I'm very curious if you went 1-2 on them or not. Two on PKs. Okay. Yeah, I mean, fair. That's good. That Phantom Knight gets to, not being next to a heighted spot. That's a good thing. I think I bring in a Phantom Knight. I bring in a Phantom Knight next to Varja. Yeah, right there. That's the spot I was attempting to say. Because your height is protected by Varja, and then you get the heighted shot down as well. Mega Silver Surrey says, yeah, that's fair. I mean, like, him not getting a kill there is pretty bad luck. So, like, again, like... These are not unreasonable things to be a little salty about. Like, those are, but the round being burnt by Varja would have been more fun for us. Ooh, that's a good one. That'll get him. That better get him. It does. Oh, that was an even ground attack? What? Why? Okay, so that was an incorrect targeting order then by Hush. You take the one that can only hit the guy from height first, and then if it misses, you take the other one. Like, you take the 4v4, and then if it misses, you take the other 4v4, and if it hits, then you go for the 3v3. But we got the one kill. It didn't change anything, because we'd have missed the first kill anyways, but... G-Busy Tanner also won ScapeCon East 2 in 2024, triple champ. Indeed, it's a hell of a run. It is a hell of a run the man has been on. All right, so 2's on Stingers. We'll see if they can what they can kill here. This is a spot where every Phantom Knight we lose in this spot is one less attack we'll get on our Order Marker 3 because we don't have any Phantom Knights in place to replace them with. So, you know, it's a little bit scary. After this round, I think we just go full Varja and just send full Varja. There's not much point in putting multiple Order Markers on a couple Phantom Knights. I don't think when you just have the Varja upside of Varja doing dumb things to people. Especially with how tightly knit these Stingers are right now. Like, the Varja's going to be able to walk through several of them if we win initiative next round. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out our time zone issue still for our team. So our second game tonight is going to happen later than we thought. Looks like there was a time zone mishap, so I will not be streaming it. I'm going to be ending the stream after this one game then. Ooh, we missed that. That's painful. Did we block the first two and we lost the third one? Okay. We almost 3 for 3'd it there if we could have gotten 2 for 7 on that last shot, but oh well. So I would use Phantom Knights here to screen off Varja as much as possible. I think that you're not... I think next round you're just going full Varja anyways. So I would just... Well, actually, it's already fairly screened. As of right now, though, a Stinger could get next to Varja on Sir H's Order Marker 3 to take a 4v4 into Varja. I would not want to allow that to happen if I'm Hush. So I would take a Phantom Knight and I would pivot him around. Nope, not to there. Not to there. Not to there at all. I would have left that Phantom Knight exactly where he is. I would have taken the one to his right and put him down left of the other Phantom Knight to create a complete wall so that no Stinger can hit Varja on the ensuing Order Marker 3. And then if you win initiative, Varja hasn't been at any risk at all. I think that's the play. I don't like this version of it. I really don't like giving Sir H. Sir H can now get 2 attacks on Varja next turn on his 3. And that could potentially just lose us the game in this spot. So I don't like that at all. And it's going to be 2 attacks. Even if we get this kill, which is now likely, it's still going to be 2 attacks. Because we only tied up one Stinger there. If we'd created the wall between the line of sight blockers instead, Varja's just totally safe and impossible to be attacked this turn. So I think, honestly, I think this is a really big mistake. In terms of our win rate in this situation. This is probably like the decision I've liked the least all game. Most of the other risks had like real big upside that I think there's a lot of merit in going for in spots. This one is just like an oversight as to how you should have played the spot defensively with the Phantom Knights. Okay, I'm wrong. He could have gotten 1. I totally missed Valda. So he could have still gotten 1 there. He's going to get 2 with Valda instead. It would have still prevented the even ground attack, though. So I didn't even see Valda. So my assessment was incorrect then. It would have turned 1 even and 1 low ground into just 1 low ground. Wait a minute. We don't be moving 4 Stingers here. We don't be moving 4 Stingers here. Wait, didn't 4 Stingers move? How many Stingers moved? Is he going to attack again? Was he already on Valda, or did he move? Oh, crap. Was he already on Valda, or did he just move 4 Stingers on that turn? Thank you for confirming, Mega. I thought I was crazy. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're good. So one of them backed up. That's fine. The one of them backs up in the attacks that were rolled stands. So, yeah, that's legit. Yeah, we're good. We got the game state fixed. Yeah, that seems like the correct resolution. Move the last one back. Cool. Yeah, G Busies agrees. Sir H with a nat 20. That's unfortunate. So we're going to need Varja to survive one turn of big attacks. Like another one. Varja didn't take any attacks in that last turn, which is nutters. But... Alright, so we do lose initiative. We're on... I do not like having order markers on Phantom Knights here. The not screening off Varja better, and then having 2 order markers on PKs here, I think are both pretty significant mistakes from our end. Well, you know, I say that. Maybe I'm wrong. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe you do just have the 3 on PKs. Varja blocks! Let's go! Varja blocks! Keep blocking! Keep blocking, Varja! 1 for 4. Okay, we take 1. Look, this has been incredible dice, though, so far for us. Now we got 1 more 4 for 4 we got to survive. Varja can walk through 3 different stingers on this next turn, so we should get 3 rolls at burning the round. Oh, that's a painful one. So expected value-wise, Varja should have taken more than 3 wounds he took across those 2 turns, but it's still real painful after you basically block the first 5 to have the 6th one be the one that goes through. Still, we got a shot here. Varja now needs to try to burn these order markers. So Varja should first move back even ground. So Varja should move, like, up. Nope, that's the wrong up. That up. Varja should... That up? That up? That one? I can't do... That one, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Yeah, I like that pathing. Now, you actually do the rolls one at a time. You don't have to do all the moving together. Oh, no. We miss them all. That's brutal. All right, that's probably a GG's. That is probably a GG's. We'll see, but that is likely the game. Oh, and we missed the tac too. Just extra soul. Oh, no, we don't. No, we don't. Look at me. Look at me thinking ahead. Last attack was on a PK. I don't think it was. Wait, what? Oh, the last attack was on a Phantom Knight? I thought it was on a Varja. Oh, thank you, Mega. I can't read. I thought that 2 wounds went onto the Varja, but apparently it was on a Phantom Knight. That's pretty big. So Varja still has 5 life, which means we still have a shot. He might, like, Varja now probably survives this round. This turn. All right, that's pretty sick. I still hate having real order markers on our 3 Phantom Knights. That's bad. Yeah, Varja with 1 wound. Appreciate it, Mega. I did misunderstand that. I thought that was an attack of 4 up into a 4 defense Varja, but clearly it was an attack of 4 into a even ground Phantom Knight. I mean, I think Stingers just have to sell out for Varja in this spot, though. I don't understand the purpose of going there. There may be a way to do this that you minimize Varja walkthroughs on the 2. There's only 2 spots that you can get tailored on Varja. 1 even ground, and yeah, that's the even ground tailored spot. And then down the shadow to his right bottom. Nope, fingers are pointing as hard that direction. Of that highlighted stinger. Yep, right there. Those are the 2 tailored spots. And then he blocked height on the last stinger. So that's interesting. So he's bypassing a single 3v3 into the Varja in exchange for a little bit better protection and preventing the Varja from getting up to that heighted spot on the following turn. So, you know, interesting. For sure. Interesting for sure. Oh, did that guy walk through? Yeah, that guy might have had to take an LEA from the PK to get there. How did it get there? How did it get there? I have no idea how it got there. I don't understand what just happened. Those are 2 wounds to the Varja, however. That's unfortunate. We live, though. We live. All right, now the Varja has 3 wounds. 3 life left. We have to get this burn. Wait, no, he moved it. He doesn't get to do that, man. What? Where's that last attack happening? He moved a stinger anyways. I don't understand what just happened. Sir H rolled. Yeah, that was... Oh, wait, never mind. I can't read. That was that one. I misunderstood. That was this guy attacking down... yeah, no, my bad. My bad. I'm crazy. I can't read what's happening. 7 move stingers with Velda. Yeah, I just don't see the pathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, I found the pathing. I found the pathing. Yeah, I found the pathing. Sorry, Tanner. You're absolutely correct. Oh, we miss all 3. No. For some reason, I wasn't counting it right without the LEA, without missing the LEA in that Phantom Knight, but I was doing it wrong. I was definitely wrong. All right, well, we get the Stinger. Great. Oh, that's 6 rolls for Living Storm this round that we've missed. That's a sad life. So there's only 3... No, wait, how many Stingers are left? How many Stingers are left in this game? How many Stingers are we supposed to be facing? It's 5 squads of Stingers. I think there are like too many Stingers. I don't know. I'm very confused. There's 12 dead Stingers and there's 6 on the board, and the army was 15 Stingers. How many Stingers have died? I just noticed that. Oh, God. Okay, so we've been playing this game with Sir H having more Stingers than he should have. That's fun. Yep. Oh, man, that's extra brutal, because if either of those things had gone through, we basically just win the game on Varja. Oh, that's painful. That's painful, because then there's like... Yeah. Let me get a different TD. I'm gonna need to go. Well, you don't get to keep him, my man. I mean, I don't think you get to keep him. Tanner, 4 extra Stingers, 18 Stingers. Why should it be 14? Oh, does he have to sit one? Oh, shoot, you're right. He does have to sit one, doesn't he? Wait, Tanner, can you confirm that? Does he have to sit a Stinger? What's the format on this one? Is it 15? Yeah, it is 15. Actually, so it's... But we're getting a TD. We'll get a TD. All right, Mike's here. Mike is here. Mike will be in charge. I will say nothing else more. I am a TD, but obviously I don't get to make a ruling in this spot. So we're gonna leave it there, and Mike's gonna make a decision. Yeah, Tanner, that makes sense. Yeah, you played it, so cool. That makes sense. I appreciate you going back and double checking. Wolf Hunter, this has been a mistake riddle game, very much so, because there should only be 2 Stingers left then. Like, there should only be 2 Stingers in the game at this point in time, which is pretty damn massive difference. Yeah, that is a pretty massive difference. That actually means at least one of the Stingers that had already moved should have been dead. Oh, this is gross. This is a weird spot now. Again, I'm glad I don't have to make a ruling. Yeah, just various Discord stuff going on at the same time. Just making sure people know what the situation is. I mean, it's on me too. I didn't notice it until late. I just was like, because I usually do it by counting the dead things. Yeah, this is an intriguing one. I have absolutely no idea what Mike's. Well, I mean, I have ideas as to what Mike's going to do because we've seen situations like this before, and again, I have ideas as to what's going to happen. I'm not going to postulate on them though. So, both players would have played differently over the course of the last round had there been 4 less stingers on the map by far. So it's weird to do, that's the weird thing. Sir H moved at least one stinger that wouldn't have existed. And Hush was making decisions based on assuming he had to kill a certain number of stingers far more than he did. So those are like the ways that the game would have been different in terms of movements and decisions that would have happened. I wish I'd caught that earlier. My goodness. I don't usually count figures on the board. I usually count dead things and then do the back counting. So like I was looking at dead Phantom Knights and dead Stingers, and I looked at dead Phantom Knights, and I was like, okay, 9 dead, we have 3 left. And I looked at Stingers, and I said, okay, 12 dead, he has 3 left, which would have still been wrong, actually, per Tanner. And then I went to the board, and I was like, wait, there's more than 3 Stingers. And then I found 6, and I'm like, oh, shit. Mega Hush spawned in too many, but Sir H didn't check nose ring placement. Yeah, that seems to be the case. That seems to be what happened. But, again, look, like, I'm trying to speculate on the ways that things would have been differently had the setup been correct, but not necessarily what should happen in this situation. I did this once actually with too many Phantom Knights at Gen Con. I had a game against Dragon Ruler at my very first Gen Con, where my army was 5 sets of Phantom Knights with Mara Warriors, and I put 6x on the board instead. I noticed that mid-game, somewhat thankfully, I tried to concede, he wouldn't let me. Somewhat thankfully, there was more than a squad of Phantom Knights I had not yet moved from my start zone. So our resolution in that spot was he plucked 3 PKs out of my start zone because I had more than a squad that hadn't moved yet. He got to choose. So he was like, I want these 3 to be gone from your start zone. And then we continued with the game from there. Which I thought was more than generous, frankly, from him in that situation. Like, I was willing to just lose the game because I obviously played illegally. But like, EscapeCon generally tries to avoid the auto losses when possible if there's not an assumed any kind of intent assumed. So like, George was very, very generous in that situation with working towards a resolution that was like somewhat fair. Like I lost the PKs that were the best developed, but also, there were some different situations that had gone on before that in time. So, but like, I mean, I've made the mistake too. My point is I've made the mistake too. Like it's, so weird shit. Let me see if there's anything. Video Sage. Oh no. Yeah. Mike's pinging, Video Sage for an extra opinion. This is a weird one. This is a weird one. Trying to see. Yeah. Well, there's really not much to speculate on other than that. G Busy George is the homie. Yes, he very much is. He is a pleasure to play with. Every time I've played against him, he's a good dude to play Heroscape against. But yeah, I think that's the worst time I've made this mistake. Because I had the reason, part of the reason for that mistake, I didn't bring my full collection. When I went to Gen Con before COVID, I just flew with the stuff I was playing. There was a different event that I needed 6 XPKs in, so I had 6 XPKs on me. And then for that game, that was a 4x400. And so I just like put all the PKs I had on me on the board. Which was 6x because I had 6x for a different tournament. And then I bought my army for that one was only 5x. So that was like what led me down the path of fucking that one up. Also, speaking of me fucking things up, I got a YouTube video coming up against from Vichi's at SaskCon in a few days from here, where I made 2 illegals. Yeah, that's bad. I made 2 mistakes in an upcoming Vichi's game that I'm going to post, so that's fun. I had to talk about how I cheated in game when I'm going through the review. I'm like, this isn't good. One mistake was I moved 4 spiders on one turn instead of 3. It wasn't an extra attack, but it was an extra development. The other mistake was I moved Quay Han 6 spaces instead of 5 on another turn. So I fucked those up. I hate watching. I hate like finding that on the replays. Like I like going through my replays for making YouTube videos, but finding out that I accidentally like cheated on that shit is just like not a good time, you know. You're like, oh god, I did not mean to do that, and now we're gonna just, you know, yeah. So that's unfortunate. I hate having, you know, making those mistakes. I gotta be better live than I've been. I've found like way too many times when I did something that wasn't correct. Watching back on replays. So it's yeah, I gotta be better. Point is, we all make mistakes. The mistakes happen. You know, I'm sure they will do their best to figure out. No, I'm not sure. I know they will do their best. Mike and Video Sage take this, like, their job with this very, very seriously. I've been in a lot of those discussions with them as well. That, you know, try to come up with the fairest possible resolution to all parties involved. So we shall see. But it might be a little while. I don't know if Video Sage is around or not. Okay, cool. There is Gordon hopped into voice chat with Mike. Yeah, obviously I'm not gonna hop into that one, so you know, we're gonna just stay right here and stream and see what happens. Yeah, not much else. I'm trying to decide what I think will happen, even though I'm not going to say it out loud, and I can't decide for sure what they'll end up doing. It's intriguing. Obviously, the army's a lot better if you get 4 more stingers. You know, it's interesting. If Varja had actually hit any of those 6 living storms, probably isn't even that close right now. Varja's just up by a lot, but not what happened. So we shall see. Wolf Hunter, I feel like it changes so much for the whole game. Yeah, no, it does. It does. Like, as soon as... Because if you were going to roll it back, you have to roll it back to the point where the 15th stinger moved from the start zone. Like, if you were going to roll it back, it has to go to at least that point. Now, people before that probably would have done things differently. That's the same thing as the spot in my game against George. Like, one of us might have done something differently had we known how many PKs I should have had still in my start zone to come out with. But I think you usually just have to sort of go with the oh well in that situation. Wolf Hunter, it changes earlier order markers where Sir H developed stingers. Yeah, true. I don't know where necessarily which that changes, like in what direction that changes it. It might have made Sir H more aggressive. It probably would have made him more aggressive with his earlier stingers. But like, who knows if that's more aggressive or not. So, you know, one option is to try to roll the whole game back to the point where the 15th, no, the 14th stinger. Yeah. One option is to roll it back to the point where the 15th stinger moved. No, I get that. Well, I mean, it's possible. Like, It is possible. No, I'm not saying that that's a good or a bad outcome. I'm just trying to like enumerate the possibilities that are different that like could exist, right? So there's a tie. There's an auto result. Like one option is an auto result is assigned. Another option is the entire game plays out from scratch. Another option is you roll it back to the point where the 15th stinger moved for the very first time. And then you just say, look, things would have happened differently before this. We don't care, whatever. We're just going to roll it back to this exact game state and then play it out from there. What else could you do in this spot? I don't think you can just take 4 stingers off the board now. I think that's, well, like you could take 4, so if I'm just enumerating options, you could take 4 stingers off the board right now. That's an option. You could say like it's on both players who have not having noticed it, and then 4 stingers get removed from the board at this exact point, and the game plays out from this point forward. That's an option. In theory, nothing happens, all the stingers stay on the board as an option too, but I think that would never get chosen over yanking 4 stingers off the board at this exact point in time, because I don't see why you would do that. So those are like some options that could happen. Busy rolling it back to that point. Yeah, I mean, I would. That may well be what happens. You know, that may well be what happens. You'd have to back out of at least one attack because Varja, if you did that, because Varja took an attack. Because you can't just like take the dude off of Valda, because the dude on Valda was integral to the other dudes getting to where they went to attack Varja. So you'd have to remove at least one of those attacks on Varja, because that happened. At least one of them happened from a dude that wouldn't have existed in the first place. But Wolf Hunter, how would you choose which stingers? You would choose whichever the ones that were activated last were. So if you did it that way, you would say the first 14 stingers, unique stingers that got moved, stay on the board, and the other 4, you pretend as if they never existed, like that they weren't in the start zone to begin with. So you roll it back to the point where the 15th stinger moved for the very first time. You take the 4 stingers off the board at that exact game state then, and then you let Sir H redo the turn where that 15th stinger moved for the first time. And then you play out the game from there. The good news about Vassal, and I will say this, the nice thing about Vassal is with the logs, we could perfectly roll the game back to that exact state. Like, this is one of the first times I've thought Vassal was a nice piece of technology. Because we can just back that up to that point in time, right? Like, it is possible to do that. Let me see if anything else is going on here. Gordon, they're back in that chat. Sorry, messaging some stuff in Discord. Yeah, it's an interesting spot. Mega Silver, you can do that in Google Docs as well, just not as cleanly. True. That's true. You can, yeah, the game states exist in Google Docs. My understanding is Kevin Dola uses those to great effect. So props to him. I never could get a hang on like reviewing games from the Google Doc time steps, but Wolf Hunter, big fan of this. All right, fair enough, Wolfie. There's nice things about it. I strongly dislike the fact that you can't pull up a game on mobile to watch it. That for me is like a kind of intrinsic deal breaker. I like watching games on my mobile phone a lot. Like, for example, if I'm at the gym, like on a treadmill or something like that, sometimes, and there's a game that I care about happening, I will pull it up on my phone and I can just watch the whole game from the like Chrome mobile browser of the OHS game. And for me, that's like a really big thing. And there's no way to do that on Vassal. Yes, someone could be streaming it. And Ryan does a great job at streaming a lot of them. Huge props to him for that. Love the fact that exists. But it's not all of them, and it does rely on somebody, having software that does that. Let's see, Busy. There's a lot more options playing online as opposed to in person, where time is going to prevent the ideal options here. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Like you can roll it back. You could even they could even call the game right now and then have them redo it later in the week with whatever the TDs decide. Like if David's not available, right? Like right now, and Mike really wants to confer with him. I'm just like postulating theory, right? I don't know what's happening in that chat. Then like they could just say like we're gonna pause the game for now and come back once we figure out what to do. Like that's also a very possible option. Wolf Hunter, you did teach me something in your new online play for OHS though, which is that you can view card text. Oh yeah, you can. It's way worse than it's way worse than in Vassal though. That's one area where Vassal is just clearly better. The hover over to see a full card is just like so much better than the online than the OHS the alt text. Like it's useful. The alt text is useful. I think the time I use the alt text the most is if I'm unsure if the top down I'm looking at on like my 14-inch laptop screen is the right top down or not. So I'll use the alt text just to check the name. That's honestly the time I use it the most. Everything else I pull up the real card in a separate tab, but for that one it doesn't work for. Mega Silver, I just was watching an OST game on the side while watching this lol. Yeah, fair. It's also it is easier to watch multiple OHS games at once too. Like you can pull up OHS games in different browsers in like Incognito and regular Chrome, and you could just have like a bunch of them open at once, which I like a lot. I also like it's easier for me to get a practice game up and running in OHS than it is in Vassal. Like I play a lot of practice games against Cleon for like the big conventions and such, and for stuff like that, it's just like way easier for me to go to the Heroscape.org map page, click create a link, and then just have a link that I can share with him. Like within 3 seconds. So that's also like a big quality of life improvement for me. Wolfie would not the one playing. Yeah. I mean, I like there's trade-off. They have trade-offs, right? There's stuff that both are better at. With the new order markers, Vassal loads better than it was last season. The order markers were like absurd last season. They're much closer to what OHS does now. I do really want that strike through text, but Wolf Hunter, I hate getting figures for OHS. That's actually why I now grab. Wait, what the hell is happening now? I have no idea what's happening. Are they playing it out? Hang on. Was that a resolution? I think that's a resolution. I don't know what the resolution was, though. Sorry, look, they're playing, so I'm trying to catch up again as to what's going on here. How many lives does Varja have now? Varja has 3 wounds. Gordon. Yeah, I saw you and Mike were in the chat. Gordon, can you just let us know what the actual resolution was? Like, was it just a rollback to the time when the 15th stinger moved? Or was it something else? What Tanner said is the resolution. What did Tanner say? What did Tanner say? It's been a long time since I saw the... What Tanner said is the resolution. What did Tanner say? Oh, there you are. Sorry, I think they're playing a game with 4 stingers deleted. Okay, but all right, I don't know what the exact state was with that. No, whatever. We got a resolution. The game is moving on. So what do we have now in the game? Both armies still have their Ranjit. Sir H has, it looks like, 2 stingers and Taylord. We have 1 Phantom Knight, which is tying up a single stinger, and then Varja. I think we got to go full Varja here. I will ask later to figure out what's going on. For now, I'm just going to try and do the game as playing from this point forward. So from our perspective, Varja has, what, 3 life left now? Is that right? I have no idea. I'm going to assume it's right. I'm going to assume they didn't roll back. No rollback, just got rid of 4. Oh, that's a little painful for us. Okay. That's a little painful for us. Whatever. That's what it is. Order markers here. You're never putting anything on the PKs. There's no point in doing anything on Ranjit. So yeah, you just gotta, for us, you just gotta go full Varja here and hope that he lives. There's 1 stinger that could get to him for a 3v3, which probably doesn't kill him. And then Varja's got the opportunity to fight things one at a time. Yeah, that's true. The stinger on Valda is one of the ones that got yanked off the board. Which, like, I mean, that's just wonky. Oh shit, they didn't, Mike? Oh, that's bad. So the problem is the problem there was that the 3 stingers attacked on the last turn into the Varja. No. I totally get that. I totally get that. I know. The whole thing was weird. I like completely. Since they didn't say it, I'm just gonna say it now that I think you're here. On the last turn before we got noticed, 3 stingers attacked the Varja, and at least one of them had to have been one of the stingers that wouldn't have existed in the first place to have moved. So the Varja took an attack from effectively the 15th stinger on the last turn there. But no, I totally get that it's a weird situation to be in its entirety, like completely. I'm just like I'm just explaining that part because that was what the chat and me were going on about. We declined to assess the. Yeah, no, sure. I get that. I completely get that. That makes total sense. I appreciate you spelling it out in chat though. We've been like talking about what might or might not happen, so appreciate that. Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to hop and voice myself because I'm involved. Maybe I should have. Maybe that was me being incorrect. If that was an incorrect decision on my part, apologies. I was trying to err on the side of like flag you down and then run away because, it's my team. Okay, this attack is the big one here. What are the order markers? Going back to the game now. What are the order markers? We've got Stingers, Tailored, Ranjit. Did Sir H reveal the X on Ranjit? He did not. That's intriguing. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter. It's just 2 Stingers order markers. I'm silly. Yeah, apparently Hush loaded in the whole game. The Phantom Varja took Phantom Wounds. Come on, Varja! All right, 1 wound is not awful. Viewer count increasing with the controversy. Is it? Nice. Let's go, GVZ. We got Heroscape, the Reckoning. Okay, so the Stinger, the Phantom Knight died? Oh, that's unfortunate. So Varja needs to walk through that 1 Stinger here and then get to a spot where no one else can engage it and then take a ranged shot at that Stinger, assuming it misses. So I don't like that placement at all because the other Stinger can get, and we miss it. I hate that placement because the other Stinger can get to you and engage. Well, I guess with rolling the 16, I think I still would have gone to a different spot and hoped I got the kill and then was unable to be engaged. Well, we probably get that kill. So we're going to have to survive a 3v. We do get it. All right. At least we're out of range of Tailored. So Varja's now, 2 life Varja's about to take a 3v3. Where he's got to live that to be able to put extra wounds on stuff. Oh no, it's not on the Stinger. It's on Ranjit. That's a miss, right? Is 7 enough, or is that enough? 8 or higher. Oh my lord, that's absurdly big for us. Wow. Oh, that's huge. Huge if true. All right. Varja baby. Varja now goes and Varja should just clock. Well, we know the 3's on Tailored, so stay out of Tailored's range. You got to back up. You got to get out of Tailored's range here. Get Varja out of Tailored's range. Hush, please take Varja out of Tailored's range. If you take Varja out of Tailored's range and hit their Ranjit. That's the word I'm looking for. Low ground. Low ground off to the right, Wolf Hunter. Like, he can go down to level 1 off to the right where he's out of Tailored's aura. Level 0, actually. He can go down to level 0. Sorry, I wasn't very clear about that. He could go down to level 0 and take an attack up at Ranjit and then be unengageable by anything, Tailored or the Stinger. If he went down to the level... Actually, you can do it to level 1, too. Level 1, like, in the start zone. In Sirach's start zone. Away from stuff. There's no point in walking through anybody here. Because, like, I don't love this. We're giving Taylor a shot on us, and I don't like that at all. I do not like giving... like, we're taking the better attack, but we're also letting Taylor... we got 2 wounds in. That's nice. Oh, shoot. I just clicked a button. That's not what I wanted to do. This is a weird spot. Oh, nice. Yeah, fair enough. So Tailored comes in now. Oh, Varja blocked the Tailored attack, and we put 3 wounds on Tay-Tay. Alrighty. Love that. I don't think Tay-Tay is the correct word for Tailored, but whatever. We're going to go with that. Wolf Hunter, just in time. Yeah, I mean, pretty sick. So what do we have now? We have, like, a real good shot now. We've got a 2-life Varja. We have a 2-life Varja, and how much damage have we done? So there's a single Stinger. That Stinger can engage is the problem. The fact that Stinger can engage us is massive. Tailored's at 2 life left. And Ranjit's at 4 life. This is a massive, massive initiative roll. I think that the 1 should be on... so if I'm Sir H, I'm putting the 1 on Ranjit. Because Ranjit can get the boosted attack of 4 by Tailored. And also the order marker strip. T-Sizzle. I like that. I like that, Wolfie. We'll go with T-Sizzle. Massive initiative. I think if you're... I don't see any reason to hedge if you're Hush. I think you just go all Varja. Your own Ranjit can't get into the fray in time to do jack shit here. So you just go all Varja, hope to win initiative, and then hope to burn the order markers and just win the game this round. I think that's the play. I don't see any purpose in hedging here. Sir H has to hedge, because otherwise he can lose his entire round if he gets walked through on order marker 1 if he loses initiative. So, like, I think, which is, like, it's really, his order markers are actually kind of tough. I think if I'm Sir H, I go 1 Ranjit, 2 Stinger. As strange as that seems. 3x Tailored, maybe? Hoping to kill, hoping to have killed Varja before then, because the 3 and the X don't matter, because your order markers are going to get burned before then anyways, if you haven't killed Varja. That's my first thought. I'd have to think about it some more to think if I like that or not, but that's my, like, first inclination of a distribution. I want the 1 to be on whatever has the best attack on Varja, which is actually either the Stinger or Ranjit, but then Ranjit has better survivability with the 4 life and also the ability to remove an order marker, where, like, Ranjit could maybe do, like, 1 wound and then also remove the 1, and then the Stinger could potentially get an attack in. It would be from low ground at that... no, it wouldn't have to be from low ground. Wolf Hunter, how does walkthrough work for Varja? Oh, so, okay, good question. So every time Varja has Phantom Walk, so you can walk through any figure. And when he leaves a figure, so like when he moves, he's been in a figure and he steps through it. You then roll a d20, and if you get a 17 or higher, you remove all order markers from that card for the round. You can walk through as many figures as you want, but you can't roll for 1 figure more than once. It's the Living Storm power. So you get to strip all their order markers for the round. So, like, if Sir H put them all on Tailored right here, Varja could walk through him, and if he rolls a single 17. We got the initiative, 20-18! All right, what are the order markers? We've got, obviously, all Varja. I love the fact that we're all Varja here. That's absolutely the correct call. And then we got Tailored, Ranjit, Stingers. That's actually the distribution I was thinking about for Heroscape. I'll see if he goes with what he does or not, but that is the distribution I was thinking of. I don't hate walking through Tailored here and then going up to engage that Stinger, if we can get there. I'm not sure what level we're on right now. Level 4. Oh, no, we don't have to. We're on height. Never mind. Varja's on height. He just chills where he's at, and he tries to burn Tailored. Yeah, that's very fair. 3. That could do it. Tailored is down. Tailored is down. Tailored is down. G-Busy does... yeah, G-Busy, he can. It's the same thing as Raylan. So, like, Raylan requires 4 clear... clear sight is not line of sight. So clear sight just means being able to see the thing. So, like, your own Raylan can boost your own Ranjit, right? So he can still do subterfuge there. It's on the Stinger. We've got a 3v4. So 1 was on the Stingers. Whiff! Whiff! Come on, Hush! Come on, Hush! This is beautiful. All right. We gotta go. We should walk away and go. We should walk away and go punch Ranjit here. Actually, no. You know what? I might back up. I might back up and hit the stinger. I might go north 2 spots and hit the stinger from just the purpose of going north is just to make it 1, 2. Actually, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't even accomplish anything. Never mind. It's just silly. I was thinking it got us away from being attacked by Ranjit, but it doesn't. See what I missed here. Jackson Brown should be forward marks on Varja. Yeah, it is. It is. He did it right. He did it right for sure. I was misthinking that, but no, Hush absolutely did that correctly. Yeah, Jackson, nice. Also, welcome in. We got a lot of our team here. Let's see, we've got a 3 skull into 1 shield. So that's 2 more wounds on Mr. Ranjit. So it's a pretty good spot. Yeah, Linus, yeah. It's because that's the same thing where, like, you can do the subterfuge even if you just see, like, a heavy Grut's axe, right? Like, it's not a hit zone, but it's still clear sight to the thing. So it would still, yeah, be the same shenanigans. The 2's on Ranjit. I mean, that's reasonable. If we don't die here, we're in amazing shape, right? If we don't die here, we're great. I don't like that exact spot to have gone to because I don't like giving Ranjit even ground. So that's not the spot I would have gone to with Varja. I don't like giving him a 3v3 when we need 2 life to survive. Like if he rolls 2, yeah, I don't love that. I would have been on height. I would have made Ranjit, no matter what, I would have made Ranjit take the 3v4. Okay, we lose an order marker. We'll see which order marker it is. Hopefully it's not the 3. Hopefully it's the X. It's a 50-50 though. 50-50. Come on, Varja. The suspense is actually killing me right now. I think I might die. I hope I die instead of Varja. I'll be the sacrifice. I'll let Varja live. Oh, take me. I volunteer as tribute for the Varja. Hang on, someone tagged me in Watcher's chat. What did I do wrong? Oh, no, it's for TD. Yeah, not going to be me. We're going to have to get a different TD on that one. Sir H whiffs it! 3! All right, let's go. Let's go. Tell me he didn't remove it. Which one did he remove? I don't know if that was removed or not. I have no... It wasn't! Let's go! Varja, kill Ranjit! Kill him! Finish this guy off! Oh, I'm so psyched right now. Come on, Varja. Come on, Varja. I believe. 6v3. How much life does he have left? 2? 4 skulls, baby. Varja. Varja's my new favorite figure. Let's go, Varja. Oh, my lord. Oh, wow. Varja's dope. Yeah, Jackson, you are completely correct. You are absolutely correct. Oh, wait, that's the same thing OHS would do in that situation. Good thing Sir H didn't notice that one, I guess. No, Jackson's absolutely right, though. So if you're doing random order marker things and it throws the numbers in there, you have to delete the numbers after each round or they get stuck there. And then, like, you can look back to see what was what from the previous round. So, like, theoretically, Sir H could have known with a certainty where the 3 was. Wolf Hunter, finish him. I like it. We do lose initiative here. How many order markers did we have on Varja? Because it should be, like, I think that the 1 and the 2 should be on Varja. 3-1 distribution. It's fine. It's not, like, unreasonable. The 3 definitely should be on our Ranjit. Sir H drains. Whew! 1 wound of Varja. Oh my lord, that's scary. We got a 1 life Varja. Can we burn the order marker? So Varja should just walk through him and then... Actually, Varja should walk through him and then go over to the other 4 height. Staying there is incorrect. Walk through him and then go to the other 4 height spot where you have height no matter what. And the stinger can't get to even ground on you. Obviously, I hope it doesn't matter, but this is the wrong way to do it. Varja MVP. Wow, what a game. What a game. Wow, I enjoyed the hell out of streaming this game. I'm very glad that we were able to do this. Congratulations, Hush. Well played. We got some stuff to debrief on afterwards, but it's all good. You got a lot of value out of Varja, and Varja absolutely won this game on his own. Weird spot that came up. Mid game, very, very grateful to the TDs who hopped in to take a look at the situation and try to figure out what was going on there. Massive, big props for, I think that was Mike and Gordon. If I missed somebody, apologies. Don't mean to oversight anybody. Also, thanks to Tanner for helping with some of that stuff on there in mid game in that spot. Appreciate it. It was kind of a weird spot with me being one of the TDs and, also being a captain for one of the players. Yeah, good job us. So in terms of the remaining matchups for this week, this is us, sponsored by .org versus Red Ram. We now have a 1-0 lead on the week. This was the first game. Game 2 is going to be later tonight. It's 1 p.m. No, it's 1 a.m. in some time zone. I was unsure which time zone it was at 1 a.m. in, so I have no idea. I think it might have been like 1 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific, but I'm not certain on that, so don't hold me to that. I have absolutely no idea. But one more game tonight. That's between Roguescaper and Board Hero. I will not be awake to stream that. Apologies. I will be finding out what happened to that tomorrow. My game is on Wednesday against Swarm, so Swarm will get to obliterate me on stream on Wednesday, afternoon time, US. And then we also have Jackson versus Kevin Dola. I don't know when that is. And we also have OG Blaha versus Spartan. No idea when that is. So that's the rest of the schedule for the week 4 of War League. I'm going to go ahead